so bright out here. I can't even open my eyes. What's going on, guys? I hope you guys are having a great and lovely day. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be doing some maintenance. I guess you could say that. I've been wanting to do more like, I guess, vlog style videos as opposed to like, oh, today we're going to be installing this or installing this, and more like, oh, I have this problem I have to fix on the car. I don't know what it is or something like that, you know. Today we're going to be doing, I guess you could say, some maintenance. Pretty much going to be taking care of a check engine light that we have for our ambient cooling sensor, I believe it was, as well as the side marker. If you guys remember when we, actually, I haven't uploaded that video as I'm recording this, but it should be up by the time you guys are watching this video. But if you guys remember, we did install the side markers lights on the arches itself, but I was missing the actual bulb socket on the driver's side, so I did have to order it, which I did go ahead and do. And also maybe my windows, because last time I replaced my window actuators or window assembly system. I don't know, on the minis it has like a little gear thing that you have to turn and tighten that way, and I guess I probably didn't tighten the driver's side enough since the window is kind of loose now, so I will go ahead and do that. And also the passenger side is a little bit on an angle, so we do have some wind that kind of gets through when I'm on the highway, and it does make some annoying noise that I honestly hate. So we will be going ahead and fixing all of that hopefully in this video. Here we have our bolt socket assembly. This is the part number itself. I can't speak right now, maybe because it's too early. Here's a part number for it. I did order it from Amazon, so mostly everybody should be able to order that. Here is the ambient air temperature sensor that I got from, it is a Euro part, but I did get it from eurotunings.com. So pretty much what it is, it's just a little sensor like this. Honestly, I don't know how it checks the, I don't even know. I don't know how that works, but that's a sensor for that. And then we do have a little sticker. But let me go ahead and show you pretty much how everything was figured out. So as far as the temperature sensor, I did get my hoses replaced by the shop. I'll tell you guys more about that in a sec. I did get it replaced, and I guess they didn't mount the temperature sensor back correctly. And when I was driving, I did get like a beeping noise and a little like temperature sensor warning. I did park the car, got off, did my thing, and as I was walking back, I did see the temperature sensor hanging from the bottom right there. So I'm guessing it was just dragging along the floor the whole entire time I was on the highway and on the street, which probably messed it up and caused the engine light to come on. Excuse me. As far as this guy right here, it does not turn on just because it is not connected, and it is not connected because it doesn't have a socket, which I ordered. So we're going to be installing that. For the passenger side, you can see the little gap right here where the wind does end up getting through, and on the driver's side is just loose, so I pretty much just have to tighten it. You guys can see we have all new cooling system hoses. I did not have to replace these, but I did replace them, might as well, since we're replacing everything else. The main one that needed replacing were these guys back here. One of them ended up breaking, or I guess ripping on me. I don't know which one. I was in a hurry and on my way to work, so I just dropped it off at the shop where I normally take my car. However, the shop owner did get a new apprentice. Apprentice, is that how you say it? Yeah, apprentice. So he's been doing most of the work, and you know, I don't blame him, but sometimes, you know, the temperature sensor should go right there, but it'll be dragging on the floor. To make a long story short, I had the shop do the job for me, just because, like I said, I was in a hurry. And then also these parts right here, I was having a really tough time finding, so I thought they would probably have a better chance finding. And it turned out that this I guess whole system right here is pretty much discontinued for the manual transmission, and it's only made for the automatic. However, you do want the manual transmission, you can buy the hoses, but you have to buy each hoses individually, and it comes out to about $400 or $500, and I did not want to pay that. So I bought all these purple hoses right here, which cost me about $2 something. I can't remember the exact price, but it was about $200 and something for all these purple hoses right here. But it did have to come shipped from Europe, so it did take about 2 to 3 weeks to arrive, but it is way cheaper than the original hoses, and it also makes it easier for you guys to find the hoses that you I guess are looking for. So for example, if you guys are looking for a purple hose down here, you could literally see it day and night. So I'm gonna go ahead, let me see what I have to do first. I guess we'll take care of the temperature sensor first, and then from there we'll move on to the bolt socket, since it'll be easier to do. And since I do have to take the bumper off to install both of those things, to install both of those things. Well, I can't speak right now. Might as well do that, and then I'll do the windows last, since it's honestly I do not want to do the windows just because I have to take off the door panels. But let's get to it. Now with the bumper removed, this is how it pretty much looks like. I did go ahead and here it is. I ran the wire right underneath here through that zip. What the hell? Get the fuck out. I did run it through that zip tie right there, just so it could hold it for the meantime, because I didn't really know where it goes, and I do think it goes somewhere like in here. And with the bumper on, you really don't have any space to really do it, so I just hit it under there. There you go. You could even see the exposed wire, which I'm guessing is what gets the temperature reading. So we do have to replace this and then figure out how to mount it in the back. As far as the bolt socket, it'll go pretty much just in here. All you have to do is just plug it in and then pretty much just plug this piece into the socket. I did put some tape just to protect it from like water and whatnot for the meantime. So that's pretty much all the explanation for what we have to do. Everything else is pretty much just straightforward and shouldn't be any rocket science. So we're gonna go ahead and get back to a time lapse, and I'll pick up the camera once I get the bumper put on and we move on to the windows itself. So I actually didn't record. I already finished with the driver's side. I didn't record myself or record a time lapse for it, just because it actually wasn't loose. I thought it was loose, but like the little gears. Right over here, you got these screws that actually hold the motor for the window itself. And on the driver's side, I had to use some smaller screws. You want to get through? Go ahead. I don't know what happened to the original ones. Matter of fact, it might even be the original ones. I think the problem was that the screw holes on the new motor was like, I think like a little bit smaller, so I wasn't able to get a good grip on the metal itself. But it's pretty tight, so it won't fall off or pretty much unscrew itself. It just kind of moves a bit. That's the problem with the driver's side. Also, my speaker, I realized it wasn't like even working, so I kind of messed with it and found out that the connectors are all messed up. I don't have a new connector for the speaker, so I just use the same one. It still works and everything, it just doesn't clip onto the casing or the other end of the black harness itself. It actually works. I even put full volume and everything to see if it will like kind of get distorted or like kind of, I guess, unclip itself. And it didn't. It actually kept going and going with the bass. This one is having the same problem. I don't know why. I'm going to go ahead and check it out and also see if I could fix this window. There is, I don't know how good you guys can see it, but there is like some, this is how you could probably see it good. So those little things right here, you can actually move it forward or backwards, and it's to adjust. I'm not too sure what it adjusts, but I think it adjusts the window on how high or low you want it. So I'm going to mess with that and see if I can get it to work. So let's get it. Pretty much done with everything. We installed the ambient temperature sensor as well as a new socket for the side parker, and we also fixed the window to a certain extent, I should say. So the passenger side, I did raise it up a bit, like that little lever I told you guys about. I did kind of pushed it in towards the car to kind of raise it a bit, and it did raise it just a little bit. I'm not sure if it worked. I will have to test it out when I do drive it to work. And then as far as the driver or the passenger side speaker, I don't know what's wrong with that one. I think the speaker itself might be fully dead or out and might need replacing, so I will have to look into it a bit more. As far as the video, I will have to end it here just because it's currently 1:15 and I have class at 2 o'clock, and then I have to go to work at 6. So I have to go hop in the shower and make me something to eat real quick. Hopefully I have enough time. That's gonna be it for today's video. If you guys enjoyed, remember to leave a like on the video and also subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate it. As always, remember to check the description below, not just for my social media but also for like the things I use on the video, specifically the ambient temperature sensor and the socket for the side marker itself. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.